Hello friends, another day here at Mike D Automotive. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. If not, at least hit that like button. Today, I'm coming at you with kind of what happened today. I had bought this little Honda Civic for, next to nothing. A few months ago, I had bought it for my daughter. I had previously had a Toyota Solara, and the Toyota Solara, when I tried to do the timing belt, it just kind of messed up or whatever, and I had somebody fix it, but I just didn't feel like it was reliable enough for my daughter or whatever, so I ended up buying this. But I ended up, like I said, paying almost next to nothing for this, and sometimes it comes with problems. So as you can see, the wheels are off. I actually disconnected their hand loose, these 3 bolts right here. I disconnected, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 subframe bolts today because the clutch gave out earlier. So came in here, I disconnected the harness. You can see that. Took out this pin, disconnected the shifter linkage. It's hard to see here. Same thing on that one. I moved it to the back because I'm going to try to put in a new clutch. And I guess this isn't something bad. I guess realistically, if a car needs a clutch and you're going to give it to children that are probably going to wear out the clutch, it's probably a good idea to replace it. And I'm very happy that I'm, let's say, even working on this today, because this is 10 times easier than the Toyota Solara was. And this is honestly, I think, such a small motor that it gives you a place to work. I think Honda Civics were designed for, everyday mechanics. They're not designed to be put in the shop and all this and that. You can do the work at home if you're generally well-known knowledge and you just, take your time and do whatever. So this is, I've never replaced a clutch before, but this is just to encourage all the, people out there or whatever. You can do these things on your own, and it just takes time, a little bit of patience. I kind of would say that if you aren't like me that have multiple vehicles, it might not be the best idea to take on a project like this, because if it takes 2-3 days, you're going to be out of a vehicle for 2-3 days. But if if you're thinking about it, being a mechanic or stuff like that, I think you should try working on Honda Civics. Honda Civics are not as bad as I thought. Well, anyways, thanks guys, and have another great day. Hello friends, another day here at Mike D Automotive. Today is the end of day 2 of the tear down of this thing. First day I got about 45 minutes in, and I got up in here, I took off all this stuff and disconnected a lot of the stuff in here. Well, day 2 I got underneath and disconnected the subframe first of all. Did a lot of the stuff, and I finally pulled out the transmission, because as I was driving, the transmission broke. I did a little burnout, playing around a little, and if you come in here and you look real close, you can see metal shavings. So I finally got the transmission apart, and now I'm gonna start pulling apart the clutch and all this other stuff, just to see what we can see in there and get it fixed. So after I took off the clutch, this is what it looked like. So these 2 were generally intact. This 3rd one was generally intact, but this one here ended up being scrap metal. Apparently, I think this, and this all separated from that and broke in there. And there ended up being, I think, 2 good springs and 2 pieces of springs. And the rest is kind of just ended up into little scrap metal and stuff like that. But I've never seen a clutch explode like that before. And I wasn't doing an extremely hard burnout. I wasn't doing anything too bad. It was just shifting hard from first to second. And this is how the clutch exploded or whatever. And the crazy part was, it looks like the clutch had been messed with before, because all these bolts were like that. They were already stripped to hell. So I had to kind of get in there and put my socket and then hit it with a rubber mallet till it like set in place just deep enough for me to take them off. So that's the, you know, what happened to this particular one. That looks like some real carnage. But when you come over here, the transmission still seems to be running smooth, and everything else seems to be running okay. So I don't think the transmission is messed up. I think it just ended up being the clutch. And this is my first time taking off a transmission and taking off a clutch. So let me take off the flywheel, and then I'll do another little report back.